Today I would like to discuss with you the recruit sustainment program for the Ohio National Guard and National Guard in every state. First of all, the recruit sustainment program is it's only 1 weekend a month, and actually they just shortened it, so now it's only 1 day a month. And during one of these weekends, I will inform you of the physical training, the hands-on activities, and the ranking of our commanding officers. Something that's really cool to know is that a New York Times article stated that less than 0.5% of the population serves in the armed forces. So being part of the armed forces is a pretty big thing to do because not that many people are involved in it. For the recruit sustainment program each month, we do physical training, which is one of the big things that we do there. We have a personal training test, which has to be passed each month. It consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run. The push-ups, you have to do 45 within 2 minutes. The sit-ups, you have to do 53 within 2 minutes. And the 2-mile run, you have to complete in under 15 minutes and 30 seconds. I interviewed Sergeant First Class Wright of the Ohio National Guard, and this was on February 10th, 2015. And he told me that through the recruit sustainment program each month, we train hard physically and mentally to help you prepare for your future in the military. Which is very true because the military involves a lot of physical training and exercise, which is about half the stuff that we actually do each weekend too. Another physical training thing we do is called Shark Attack, which is 30 to 60 minute time period where we are yelled at by our commanding officers. Pretty much for no reason, they just decide to yell at us. And they'll drop us down, make us do push-ups, sit-ups, squats, anything physically related. A lot of ab workouts too. They do it to help strengthen our core because at basic training there is a lot of yelling and a lot of physical training. Secondly, at RSP we do hands-on training. We learn a lot about weapons. We do weapon assembly. One of the weapons we do is the M4. We have to disassemble and reassemble it in a certain time period. For the M4 there's actually 45 pieces that go to the weapon. You have to know how to take it apart, how to put it back together in a certain time period. On top of the M4 we do the M16. Which is 53 pieces, and that takes a lot of work to figure out how to set that up. Staff Sergeant Michael Thomas of the Missouri National Guard says that the idea is to make the training fun and exciting rather than just sit in a classroom all day. So hands-on training helps us to get involved, knowing how to do the weapons and stuff before we go to basic training. On top of the weapons training, we do first aid training. We learn how to do CPR. We have to practice on each other. And we also have to make splints and casts in case we are in combat and somebody gets injured or gets shot in the arm or something. We have to learn how to make a splint or a cast to stop a bleeding. So on top of all that first aid training and the hands-on training for the weapons, we have to know the ranks of our commanding officers, which is a big thing to know. Here on the board I have the ranks of the enlisted officers. You start out as a fuzzy, which isn't shown because you don't have any symbol. That's what I am now. Soon I'll be promoted to Private E2, which is this symbol right here. And then immediately following that you get Private First Class, which is this symbol. And then after that you get Specialist. Those are the 4 you can get without being a commissioned officer. Anything past that is considered an officer. To get to Private E2, you just have to pass the personal training test and a written test. And to get to Private First Class, you have to pass the test and get somebody to join or get 2 people to join. To get Specialist, that takes 4 years of service, either that or a 4-year college degree to become a Specialist. And after that, we go up to Corporal, which is Commissioned Officer. And then after that, it goes Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, Sergeant First Class, Master Sergeant, First Sergeant, Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major, and Command Sergeant Major of the Army. Most of those are all because of time and service in the military, which is how you get ranked up. And a big thing about that is when you're at drill each week, each month, the commanding officers will often ask you, like, what rank am I, what's my pay grade? And that's another thing, the pay grade is different for all of these. Pay grade for a Private E1, which isn't shown here, is E1. This is E2, E3, E4, this is also E4. This is E5, this is E6, this is E7, this is E7, this is E8, E8, E9, and E9. And for each one of those, the higher number you get, the more money you get. So in conclusion, the recruit sustainment program for the Ohio National Guard is a great way for soldiers to prepare themselves on basic training. With learning how to do the military commands, personal hands-on activities with the first aid and the weapons training, and also personal physical training that we do each month. It's really a great way to prepare soldier for basic training, and also knowing the ranks of the officers and everything else in their pay grade is also very important, as they ask you about that each month a lot. So in my personal interview with the Sergeant of First Class, right, he stated, when I asked him if it was a good choice to join the National Guard and do the recruit center program before basic, he said yes, with how much we teach you before basic, it is a necessary thing to attend. And he said, see it as getting paid to work out, which is actually very, very true, because with all personal training and physical training that we do at the drill each month, it is very helpful in comparison for basic training. So as of today, I hope you guys know more about the recruit center program for the Ohio National Guard. And I hope that if you guys have any questions, if you want to join, please feel free to talk to me.